everyone, this is Belle, and today I will be presenting an audiovisual article critique on Chen and Breyer's article titled Investigating Instructional Strategies for Using Social Media in Formal and Informal Learning. The article was published in volume 13 in the Journal of the International Review of Research in Open and Distributed Learning's 2012 issue. The authors begin the article with a clear abstract that introduces the readers to the purpose of the study, the methodology deployed by the researchers, and a generalized statement of findings for the study. The authors seek to provide insightful information on the utilization of social media in their introductory segment of the article. So they provide an overall background on social media while narrowing down how social media is defined to best fit the needs and the purpose of the study. They utilize Breyer and Zavataro's definition of social media, which states social media are technologies that facilitate social interactions, make possible collaboration, and enable deliberation across stakeholders. These technologies can include blogs, wikis, media, sharing tools, networking platforms, and the virtual worlds. With the narrowed down definition of social media, Chen and Breyer seek to investigate how public administration educators utilize or can utilize social media to connect formal and informal learning that allows students to connect. More specifically, they're seeking to examine the practices of using social media for teaching and learning. So to assess these practices, they center their research on the theoretical framework of social learning theories, such as informal and formal learning, social constructivism, and connectivism theories. I found it very resourceful that Chen and Breyer used seminal and current references to demonstrate how social learning theories have evolved over time. Although their focus is on the integration of social learning and social media technologies within the connectivism theory, they provide insight that early indications of social learning date back to the pre-digital era in the 1960s, where social constructivism was prominent. In social constructivism, students learn more effectively by engaging in carefully selected problem-solving activities under the close supervision of an instructor, whereas in social connectivism, they're given the opportunity to explore more outside of carefully selected and very, very tightly closed supervision of an instructors. So in essence, in social constructivism, students analyze what is currently known and apply it to the problem. But post the digital era, scholars recognize the need to assess social learning through the connectivism theory. The theory itself suggests there's an integration between social learning and social media technologies because the capacity to learn is much more critical than what is currently known. So within their research, the authors argue that research is very scarce within this area, but formal learning is restrictive because it only applies to a small fraction of lifelong experiences in human learning and minimizes a learner's ability to connect in formal setting because it lacks external access opportunities to gather info and engage in conversations outside their primary classroom. But utilizing social media as a learning tool may allow educators and students to connect in formal learning, so not so restrictive or in a structured setting, to formal learning opportunities. They conclude their literature review with asserting that despite the limited usage of social media in the academic world, research supports connectivism theory and finds benefits in using social media by instructors if technology is adopted for teaching. Chen and Breyer utilized qualitative methods due to limited research on their selected topic. Their approach consisted of qualitative semi-structured interview questions and qualitative data that was gathered for a larger project. They utilized theoretical sampling to obtain diversity and range in terms of location and rank of participants, where responses were received on voluntary basis from 57 participants and from 28 different universities in the United States. They initiated the request for participation by contacting department chairs or directors of accredited MPA programs via email. In addition, they conducted 8 telephone interviews with 5 universities and 1 college. The overall diversity was reflective of South, North, East, and Central United States, and participant position rankings varied from department chair, professor, associate professor, assistant professor, and instructor. Once they had completed their data collection, audio recorded interviews were transcribed and checked for accuracy. They utilized Google Docs spreadsheets to create coding and themes that were reflective of their research questions. Additionally, they utilized Glaser and Strauss's 1967 coding method, which allowed them to engage in constant comparison techniques until they reached theoretical saturation and delivered a total of 114 codes. Ultimately, Chen and Breyer were able to reach responses to their research questions. For research question 1, what social media tools do public administration faculty use and why? Their popular social media utilization services included Facebook for personal use and LinkedIn for professional use. In terms of their question in what instructional strategies do public administration faculty use to integrate social media and formal learning, respondents identified with instructional activities, discussions, collaborations, networking, videos, case study materials, course blogs, similar to what we currently do. And assessment for social learning should be optional. In their final research question 3, what concerns do faculty have regarding the use of social media for teaching, and what strategies do they have for mitigating concerns? The concerns in this area were very high. They were concerned with cybersecurity and privacy issues, professional identity for the instructors themselves on sites such as Rate My Professor, inappropriate conduct hindering students' future, ethical issues of cyberbullying, marginalizing students' unfair practices and connecting online, which they said could be minimized by removing personal accounts and not following students online and only connecting with trusted adult business contacts rather than befriending their students on various social media networks. I thought it was very resourceful that they concluded with addressing areas of concerns, limitations to the study, which included personal selection bias of participants, the limitations of only conducting this study on public administration, faculty members, and really just calling out for additional research that's extensive and that truly captures the integration of social media and social learning settings. This was a great article. I thought it was pretty well written. It was very clear and concise. The article itself did not have any tables or graphs, so I could not share that with you guys, but overall it was insightful, and I saw some correlation between how California Baptist currently conducts their learning, social learning, and correlation with this study. Thank you all. I look forward to your feedback.